Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is going to be titled I'm Either Too Sensitive or Insensitive to People. I've been thinking about something that's been bothering me a lot lately. It feels like no matter what I do, I just can't seem to get it right when it comes to other people. Either I'm too sensitive, too caring, or too worried about things, or I'm the complete opposite, too detached, too insensitive, not caring enough. Like it's like I'm stuck in this weird loop where nothing I do is good enough for people. And when you feel like that, it's exhausting because it makes you question everything about yourself. But the thing is, I know myself. I know I'm a pretty balanced person. I try to care about important things without letting them consume me. I don't lose myself in the process of caring about someone or something. I'm careful not to act impulsively or in a way that I'm not proud of. I do my best to handle situations with thought and care. But here's where it gets tricky. A lot of people seem to only see things in black and white. You're either one extreme or the other. There's no middle ground for them. And it's so frustrating because I feel like that middle ground, that balance, is where people should aim to be. Think about it. We live in a world that's messy and complicated. Shouldn't we be able to care about things without letting them wreck us? Shouldn't we be able to say, hey, I see this problem and I care about it, but I'm not going to lose my sense of self trying to fix it? That's where I try to land, but I feel like it's impossible for some people to see it that way. To them, I'm either over the top or completely indifferent. For example, if I'm in a relationship and I care deeply about the person I'm with, like I really like her and show it, there's always someone ready to call me obsessive or tell me I'm putting her ahead of myself too much. They'll say things like, you're being weird, you're too invested, you need to pull back. And it's like, wait a second, why is it weird to genuinely care about someone I love? Why is it wrong to prioritize them sometimes? But then flip the situation. Let's say I'm talking to someone who's going through a tough time. Maybe they've experienced abuse, they're struggling with addiction, or they faced some kind of personal tragedy. If I don't respond in exactly the way they expect, suddenly I'm cold or insensitive, or worse, a bad person. It's like there's no winning. Either I'm too much or I'm not enough. It's especially hard when I'm trying to navigate new friendships, especially online. In those spaces, it feels like people are even quicker to jump to extremes. If I notice myself leaning too far into caring, I'll try to pull back a bit, but even that can backfire. It's like no matter what I do, I'm going to get it wrong in someone's eyes. So the more I think about it, the more I'm starting to realize that maybe the problem isn't me. I know I'm not perfect, but I also know I'm not this extreme person people sometimes make me out to be. I try to stay balanced. I try to be fair and reasonable. But if I'm constantly putting myself in situations where people only see the extremes, either I'm too sensitive or too indifferent, then maybe it's not me. Maybe it's the people I'm surrounding myself with. You know that saying, you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with? I think there's a lot of truth to that. If I'm around people who are always looking for something to criticize, then of course I'm going to feel like I have issues, even if I don't. Um, Maybe the real solution is finding people who understand nuance, who can see that not everything is black and white, because people are complicated, right? We're all messy and layered and full of contradictions. It's what makes us human. And the more I sit with this, the more I realize it's not just me dealing with this. I think a lot of people feel like they're stuck in this same struggle, like they can't win no matter what they do. Everyone's always going to have an opinion about how you should act or who you should be. And honestly, most of the time, those opinions are more about them than they are about you. At the end of the day, I have to remind myself that uh, I can't control how other people see me or what they think about me. I can't stop someone from deciding I'm too sensitive or not sensitive enough. That's their problem, not mine. What I can control is how I respond to it. I know where I stand. I know I'm balanced. I know I care about the right things in the right way, and I refuse to let someone else's opinion make me doubt that. So, what do? I keep living my life. I do the best I can, and I move on. Because what's the alternative? Am I supposed to sit around feeling miserable because other people don't see me the way I see myself? No, thanks. That's not the life I want. I've spent too much time worrying about what other people think, and I'm done with it. It's not always easy to brush it off, though. Sometimes the criticism gets to me, especially when it feels like it's constant. But I have to remind myself that just because someone thinks I'm doing something wrong doesn't make it true. What matters is staying true to who I am and not letting other people's opinions control my happiness. At the end of the day, I'm not here to please everyone. I'm here to live my life, to grow, to learn, and to surround myself with people who see the good in me, people who understand that life isn't black and white. And honestly, the more I focus on that, the freer I feel. Anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Signing out. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye for now.